Welcome to the Little Nicky fan cast. We love Little Nicky, and we think Adam Sandler never improved on that. Ever. And, we don't want to watch any other Adam Sandler movies other than that.
Any true Sandman fan knows that Little Nicky is the height of Adam Sandler.
Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome. You remember that? Of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking course you do.
I mean, you're talking to one of the foremost experts on Little Nicky. What's so annoying in today's media culture is they make so many reboots. They're like, do this movie again, do this movie again, do this movie again. And it's like the studio execs don't actually listen to what people want, which is Little Nicky 2.
Big Nicky.
Big Nicky.
Big Nicky's house.
Yeah. Big Nicky from the South, the deep South. You remember that, right?
Yes.
You remember that.
There's no South deeper than hell. A lot of Confederate flags in hell.
It's jokes like that you can't make nowadays because of the woke.
Woke is insane. I mean, what are we gonna do about it?
Woke wouldn't.
And we got the fucking Zoran in fucking New York.
Zoran's gonna outlaw the
Little Nicky.
You're not even gonna be able to watch Little Nicky in New York because of Zoran.
And it's one of the perfect New York movies.
It is a quintessential New York movie. I mean, it's everything you think of when you think of New York. People,
if you walk around New York, everyone's saying Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
When you think about New York, you think of a few things. You think about the Yankees, you think about Jay-Z, and you think about Little Nicky.
Popeye's chicken specifically. And how it's fucking awesome.
And how it's fucking awesome, because he likes it in the movie.
He loves it in the movie.
He thinks it's awesome, because they don't have it in hell.
He thinks it's fucking awesome.
Sorry.
I don't know, man. You're starting to seem not that much like a Little Nicky head. Little Nick.
I only watched Little Nicky once.
What?
And I didn't like it.
What?
I did not like it.
Gilbert Gottfried is Hitler.
That's funny.
Well, it's all funny. Every single fucking scene in that movie's funny.
So when you watch Little Nicky, would you say it's an hour and a half of pure laughs?
I'd say it's a comedic American masterpiece.
Do you think it's the best movie ever?
I think it's up there.
Okay, you know that game where you say two things and you got to pick one, and then whichever one you pick stays to the next round, and then there's another thing you have to decide against?
I don't play games.
Okay, so how about this? Like Little Nicky or Casablanca?
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky or Citizen Kane?
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky or The Godfather?
Little Nicky.
Okay. Little Nicky or Belly?
Little Nicky.
Okay. Little Nicky or Forrest Gump?
Little Nicky.
Okay. Little Nicky or Scarface?
I got a poster of both in my room, so this is tough.
I know you do.
Little Nicky.
Okay. Little Nicky or Harold and Maude?
Little Nicky.
Okay. Little Nicky or Happy Gilmore?
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky or The Waterboy?
Little Nicky.
I like Little Nicky. The character of Little Nicky is also kind of funny because it's kind of like Bobby Boucher in hell a little bit.
It's a movie that's like for a guy from hell, but when you're watching it, you think you're in heaven.
Well, yeah, I mean, Little Nicky,
because you're laughing so much
sort of
and you're enjoying it and you love the characters.
That's the genius of Little Nicky, is that some people think it's just a silly movie, but really the smart part of Little Nicky is that even though the movie's taking place in hell, it puts you in heaven.
Yes.
It's the happiest a person can be. They asked Adam Sandler, they said, what is the happiest moment of your life?
Well, he actually named Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore is called that because he had just watched Little Nicky.
Yeah, and he said, I'm so happy right now. What if I made a movie about
And the
a guy?
reason he's so mad in the movie is he's not watching Little Nicky.
That's the thing. He said, what if, like, think of the character. He goes, okay, what if somebody had never seen Little Nicky? And he's like, they'd probably be, like, unhappy with their life. They'd probably, like, live with their grandma or what, you know what I mean? Like, they'd be all fucked up. Well, he doesn't live with her, but, like, he'd be all fucked up and he'd be bad in relationships
But he'd be good at golf.
I'm
terrible at golf. That's how many times I've seen Little Nicky.
Yeah. Well, because golf is boring and Little Nicky's awesome.
Yeah. I just can't do anything that's like not entertaining as Little Nicky. I struggle with relationships Because when you're dating a woman, she'll never entertain you like Little Nicky does.
No, I mean, you've told me about how you've had issues because you bring around an iPad that the only thing it does is play Little Nicky. Just constantly, it just plays Little Nicky. And you said you've had issues on first dates and stuff because you bring the iPad and you put it on the table so you can just glance over at Little Nicky every now and then.
I mean, we're at a coffee shop. What are we supposed to do for fun?
Yeah, most women would want to like talk and stuff.
But to me, if you watch Little Nicky, you'll find out more about me than you could ever find out about me through talking.
So you show women Little Nicky and you go, this movie is kind of everything you need to know about me.
Yeah, and a lot of times they find some of the jokes a bit raunchy, and if you find the jokes in that movie raunchy, you're going to find me raunchy.
Yeah. Well, I remember what Adam Sandler said about Little Nicky and how your girlfriend might not like it. He said, if your bitch get mad when you play this talk, put her ass out on the corner, make that bitch walk.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Adam Sandler's take on that.
You also just listen to it in the car. When you're driving and can't watch it, you just put on...
The dialogue is so funny.
And you love to listen.
Sometimes you feel like, you're listening to a podcast, but like one that has no misses.
Yeah. Have you ever wrote any scripts?
I rewrote Little Nicky.
Okay. What did you change? Because it's the perfect movie.
When I say rewrote, I meant that literally. Like, I literally looked at the script and then just wrote it word for word.
Typed it into not even
I needed to figure out why it was so good. And
did you learn anything, or did it
it's still a mystery?
You?
It's still a mystery. It's a mystery to this day.
It is such a mystery.
Yeah, as to how they came up with that.
It's one of the hardest movies to understand. It's like Inception. You don't know what you're watching.
I mean, I've watched it a bunch of times, so I pretty much know everything. I pretty much get it now, but I don't get how they did it. I don't understand the mind that could make that up. It's,
It's kind of like when you look at like Starry Night or I feel like abstract impressionism is a good genre. Like, you think of
it's better than that.
I know. I'm just comparing. But it's better. We know.
Yeah,
let me just say that off top. But like, Little Nicky is definitely better than the combined works of Matisse. Whatever. We know that.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is sometimes...
I don't need to look at that anymore.
I know you don't. But sometimes you look at those paintings and you're like, wow, like how do you develop such a style that is, so ambiguous, pointed and whatever. And I feel the same way watching Little Nicky.
I email LACMA once a week, the LA Art Museum, and I say that instead of having paintings up, they should have iPads that play Little Nicky.
I think they absolutely should.
And it's every single room you're at a different scene in Little Nicky, so... if you want to watch that scene, you go to this room.
The 7 layers of Little Nicky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there popcorn in every room?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. One time I went to the MoCA with my dad, the Contemporary Art Museum. There's 2 in LA. There's the one in Little Tokyo. And
I bet you would love going to the MoCA.
I did. I used to go to museums all the time with my father. It was like a good point in my life. Before.
Me and my dad watched Little Nicky together.
That's cool too.
I'm just saying that my dad's probably a little better.
Well, my dad would show me funny movies too. I remember Judd Apatow was
Who?
When he was on a Judd Apatow. He's also makes movies. You wouldn't like him because they're not Little Nicky, but he's made movies with Adam Sandler. But Adam Sandler is not. He's not being Little Nicky in the movies. He's being different people.
No,
I know.
No.
My dad would show me like Pineapple Express, but I remember one time we were at it's another movie that's not Little Nicky. You would hate it.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with hell. But one time we were at the MoCA, and one of the exhibits was just a TV that was just playing Richard Pryor live in concert, and you could just put headphones on and listen to it.
I don't really like stand-up. I don't really like to watch stand-up. I like the stuff I think is funny is a little bit more complex.
Like Little Nicky?
Yeah, we could use that for an example.
Yeah. What other examples?
The screenplay to Little Nicky.
Okay.
The trailer to Little Nicky. I'll watch the trailer on YouTube.
The costumes, maybe, to Little Nicky.
Basically every part of Little Nicky.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Yeah. There are other movies, though, that you could... There are other movies made by the same guy with the same people.
Who?
Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah, Little Nicky.
Yeah. Yeah. So he actually has a lot of famous movies that you might like.
I tried watching that movie, fucking Gambling. He's a gambler. New York, but not Little Nicky.
Uncut Gems?
Yeah, that wasn't funny.
Well, yeah, he didn't direct that, and that's not really a funny movie. But you could watch like Happy Gilmore or The Water Boy.
Those are pretty funny.
Yeah, those are made around the same time.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah. Are those, would you say, maybe the only movies that come close to Little Nicky for you?
Come Close is I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Lestrada.
What's that?
It's a 1950s Fellini movie.
You like that? Along with Little Nicky?
They're pretty close.
Would you say?
I'd say.
Can you describe the plot of Lestrada?
No.
You won't.
I refuse.
You could, but you're refusing to.
I refuse to.
Okay, I understand. I have noticed your stand-up is pretty reminiscent of Little Nicky.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot of just describing Little Nicky, if I'm being honest, and then you go, oh, wow, whoa. You do a lot of kind of Sandler-ish things.
Well, I like to say my catchphrase, Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you just kind of say it in the middle of the set.
And people love it, and...
Well, people laugh because they don't really know why you're saying it. Not everybody has that movie on the forefront of their mind. And I have seen you have a lot of sets where...
LA does have a lot of foreigners, you're right.
Okay, but in general, people...
It's very diverse city.
It's not even his most famous movie, if I'm being honest.
What's his most famous movie?
Maybe Happy Gilmore? Yeah.
The golf movie?
The one about golf, yes. I think it was...
I don't know.
It was more... No, I mean, no, it's true.
I feel like Little Nicky's a little bit more famous.
No, it was definitely more successful. I think Little Nicky actually didn't get great reviews when it came out. I know that's confusing to you, but...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm like almost 100% sure. They also remade Happy Gilmore because it was so successful.
They made a sequel.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
Because people liked the movie so much. And I don't think people
I've met a couple people that like Happy Gilmore a lot. And it's a pretty funny movie.
Have you met more people that like Little Nicky?
Most people I know like Little Nicky more.
Okay, can I just ask, most people you know, when you say that, where did you meet them?
Little Nicky fan club.
Right, okay. So that's not really like a sampling of the population. That's like a very direct link to Little Nicky.
I don't know. It's from people from all walks of life.
I understand that they're probably different people, but like, let's say if you went to a mall and you asked a bunch of people in the mall, like, hey, what do you like more, Happy Gilmore or Little Nicky?
Where's the mall? Is it in America? If it's in America, we're getting Little Nicky.
Do you think if you went to like France, though, they would... These are mostly American.
They probably have a different name for Little Nicky. So...
Le Petit Nicky.
Yes. Yeah, so I probably wouldn't really understand them. So I can't be 100%.
I think if you ask most people our age if they like Little Nicky or Happy Gilmore more, they would probably say, what is Little Nicky? I don't think most people
They would probably say 6, 7. Yeah, that's probably what they would say.
We need to be doing that more on the podcast.
People would really like us if we did like contemporary like meme stuff, and that seems to be what's working. Or like when you're in traffic, like observational stuff about like.
Well,
let's
talk. What's mid? What do you think is mid?
Fucking what's mid?
Yeah.
Fucking your fucking wife.
Okay.
Your wife's mid.
Bit of a personal attack, but
your fucking hair is mid.
Me? Why is it all me? I'm saying stuff
You're
in
right
culture.
there.
I know, but you were just talking about Little Nicky. Little Nicky's not right here, so like, what else?
Well, Little Nicky's always on the forefront of all of our minds. We're Americans. It's 2025. We're Americans.
It's 2025. All anybody thinks about is Little Nicky.
Well, with the way politics is now, I mean,
the way politics is, a lot of people are turning off the news and turning on Little Nicky.
And when they see the hell scenes, they're like, this is basically what's happening in America.
It pretty much is what's happening in America. Nobody ever talks about how Adam Sandler, who, by the way, plays Little Nicky and made...
Really?
Yeah, he wrote the movie. But
oh, that's awesome.
But nobody really talks about how he was kind of prophetic in how what's going on in Little Nicky is kind of what you're seeing in Congress.
You know, Quentin Tarantino's in Little Nicky. I'm pretty sure he's been quoted. He does a cameo. He's been quoted as saying it's the thing he's the most proud of.
Can you look that up? Is that true?
Yeah.
It's the thing he's the most proud of. Not any of his movies, which, by the way, I think all did better than Little Nicky.
What movies?
Like Jackie Brown or...
That's the first movie you thought of?
It's a... What do you mean? People love Jackie Brown. Reservoir Dogs.
See, look, he's here.
Pulp Fiction.
There he is.
Yeah, okay. And okay, I get it, but I don't know if that's the thing he's most proud of. You don't think it would be like Django Unchained or Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction?
I mean, those are good movies.
Yeah, but they all did like probably at least 5 times better than Little Nicky.
Well, there's a problem with you is you're a capitalist. And Little Nicky is kind of a cult classic, and it's kind of weird because it's mainstream cult classic where it kind of made all its money back through VHS and DVD sales and Blu-ray.
You think it made more money than any
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino movie?
Yes, I do. I do genuinely.
Can you just look
that.
up the box office for Little Nicky? How much?
Why? I don't understand why. You have a phone. I don't have. I have a phone.
My phone is recording this podcast.
Well, then maybe it's not. Today's maybe not the day we look that up.
Hey, Shane Siri. Hey Siri. That was too much. That doesn't sound like you.
It absolutely doesn't sound like me. You just want to humiliate me because I'm bringing up Little Nicky.
I'm not trying to humiliate.
Yes, you are.
Do you face a lot of discrimination because you like Little Nicky?
That's one of the things.
What else?
Because I'm passionate.
About? About what? Is it
Adam Sandler's seminal 2001 film, Little Nicky.
It came out in 2001.
Let me see.
Did it?
I think so.
Did it come out around 9/11? Is that like a thing about Little Nicky? Am I thinking of another movie? What movies came...
It came out in 2000.
Oh, okay. Can you look up if any movies came out on 9/11?
Okay.
Because that's possible. You can't really plan for it unless you're the fucking government.
Well, 9/11 happened on a Tuesday, so I feel like movies come out those days.
What do you think was the first... Can you look up what the first movie to come out after 9/11 was? Maybe it was Little Nicky.
Many movies have been released. Any movies came out on 9/11, 2001.
I just wonder, like, how soon after...
No major feature films were released on September 11, 2001.
Look up what was the first movie released after 9/11. How long did they wait? December, maybe? No, they wouldn't go a whole month. The Hollywood wheels have to keep turning.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah.
They probably waited like a week. Maybe less.
Maybe the next day.
Maybe the next day.
Just first after September 11, Don't Say a Word, 2008, 2001. And Zoolander also premiered in late September 2001. Zoolander, that's a classic.
I think that's what I was thinking of. Zoolander came out pretty close to 9/11.
And that was a funny movie.
And then it kind of fixed the country.
Well, yeah.
Because once Zoolander came out, we were like, I guess we don't have to go to war in the Middle East. And
we didn't.
And we didn't.
And that was awesome. And I love this extra, like, all these, like, alive troops. With all the legs they have.
I love all
There's so many legs in America because of Zoolander.
Mm-hmm.
We have there's so many legs and arms. And no homeless people that were in the army.
No. Because all the troops watched Zoolander and said, why would I want to go to Iraq when I could stay here and watch Zoolander?
Well, you know Veterans Row? The Skid Row for veterans?
Is that the one outside of the cemetery in Westwood?
Yeah, empty. There's no tents
No, it doesn't
there.
exist. You just made something up.
I did, yeah.
Isn't it funny how they give them American flags in tents?
No. Yes, it's funny. Yes.
It's just so crazy. They go by and they're like, here's an American flag.
Well, I
Fuck
keep
you.
going. I keep going and getting American flags and tents, and I'm selling them. I keep going. I wear all my dirt. I got this big of dirt in my closet that I apply, and then I go over there and I take free American flags and tents.
Speaking of homeless, me and Kurt went to a...
Who?
Kurt Steinmuller? He was on the podcast.
Am I supposed to know him?
Yes, he was on the podcast.
Yeah.
Kurt
That guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more than that.
People really didn't like that episode.
Yeah, people liked it. It was funny.
I don't know.
Okay, well,
That's not what I'm hearing.
What other sources do you? I read all the comments.
There's some secret comments you didn't see.
What secret one?
I went in on our account and I took them down, but they were all like, "We love this pod. Get this guy off."
Okay, well, sorry we had him. Sorry, Kurt. I guess we'll never have him on again.
We definitely won't.
Okay, but I was with Kurt at an open mic. It was a very bad open mic. We were talking to a guy that was in a mailman's uniform, and he was talking about being a mailman, and he was like, "Yeah, everybody that works there fucking sucks. I work like 100 hours a week and blah, blah, blah." And it wasn't until we left and we were in the car that Kurt made the very good point that that guy was probably not a mailman, and we think was just homeless because his mailman uniform was extremely dirty. And he just had a bunch of papers with him and was cutting them up, which is very schizophrenic behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was making flyers in the middle of the open mic. He also didn't tell us his real name. He told us his name was TM Punk, which is a character he's doing based on the WWE wrestler CM Punk.
Oh, TM Punk.
But we were just driving home and Kurt was like, that guy was homeless. He was not a mailman. And yeah, the more we thought back about everything he was saying, it didn't really make a lot of sense because we looked up the union rules for working as a mailman and they're like, no, you can't work 100 hours a week. Like, they don't let you do that. But he had the uniform and he said he got hired in the pandemic when they needed more mail carriers. I think he got hired as a mail carrier, lost his job after the end of the pandemic, and then just kept the uniform.
That's what I would have done.
I think it's sick, though, to just lie.
Yeah.
Because when he said he was a mailman, I was interested. And then I brought up how our friend Peter is a mailman. And upon reflection, I did realize that he had no questions about that. And I think if you're a mailman in LA and
you probably don't want to hear about other mailmen. You're probably sick of people bringing up other mailmen to you.
You think, okay. Because I was going to say, I feel like when I said that, he was like, oh no, this could blow my cover.
Well, if you meet a person that doesn't do comedy and they're like, I know a guy that does comedy.
You never asked where? What's his name? Maybe I know him. You'd never say anything like that.
Or what's her name?
Sure.
It's crazy you immediately assumed it was a man.
I didn't assume. It's just you can just choose a pronoun to use. I chose him.
Why did you choose him?
Because I'm conditioned in a patriarchal society.
Is that what conditions you to use Grindr to find other men?
No, that's a different thing.
You're conditioned by the patriarchy to be bisexual.
No, I don't think the patriarchy...
sounds pretty patriarchal to me to want to like have sex with guys.
I don't think it's patriarchal to.
I'm a feminist, so I don't.
So you have
that.
sex with women?
Yes, I'm a feminist.
But
so
when you have sex with women, so you find women sexually attractive.
Yes.
So you view them as sex objects.
Yes.
Which is patriarchal.
Yeah, but it's like I admit it. And you can't admit that you're attracted to men because of the patriarchy.
Explain how I am because of the patriarchy. Walk me through it.
Because you loved having a guy on. You loved that guys lead the country, so you wanted a guy to lead your sexuality.
That's not how patriarchy works. Patriarchy is predicated upon the subjugation of women. For
of course,
men
you say
to
words like predicated. Guys like you love words like predicated.
What's guys like me?
Fucking you guys.
You know what predicated means.
A lot of listeners don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. I get it. You want this to be like an egghead podcast.
It's not an egghead podcast.
you really want
it to be. It's not egghead to say predicated. You know what I was thinking last night about how funny it is that there's so many words for things, and if you use most of them, people think you're being an asshole.
I mean, you are kind of being an asshole.
I'm being an asshole.
Yeah, you're being a piece of shit.
For saying predicated and subjugation. That was too much for you.
Oh, I didn't even know you said subjugation.
Yeah, because you interrupted me.
I heard predicated immediately, and I was like, the people on the listening aren't going to like this.
You're an anti-intellectual.
Yes. Well, I just think...
Which is fascist. You're a fascist.
Yeah, I just
Disavowing intellectualism is one of the first things a fascist does.
you wanna talk about you wanna do egghead stuff, or you want to speak from the soul?
You're doing egghead stuff.
Like what?
You're building all these fake narratives and trying to act like you're Mr. Smarty Cool Pants.
I'm not that, because
All your knowledge is from the soil and the streets.
all my knowledge is from the heart.
You can't get knowledge from the heart.
Yes, you can.
The heart can learn.
The heart learns your heart is for guys.
My heart is not for guys.
You have a heart for guys.
I don't have a heart for guys.
It is funny that, calling you bisexual, because you never back down on it.
Because I never back down?
Yeah, well, you're never like, no, I'm not, which is interesting.
Because I am.
See?
So what do you mean, see? What do you mean? You say I'd win the argument if you said, oh, you're bisexual, and I go, no, I'm not?
Well, yeah, I mean...
You would just stop?
Well, yeah, I mean, you never, like, fight back when anyone tries to call you bisexual.
Because the only reason you're calling me bisexual is because I've openly identified as bisexual. Sorry, identified means saying you are something. I didn't mean to be egg-headed.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to...
Honestly, bisexual is a little bit of a complicated word.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a little bit obscure.
What if I said fucking our body? Does that help?
Pretty racist sounding.
What do you mean?
You're kind of fucking everybody. I mean, that, anti-white discrimination.
So talking like a black guy is racist?
Like a black guy?
Black people exist.
No, you're not talking like a black guy. You're talking about like a white guy.
When I say everybody?
Yeah.
That's how white people talk.
Yeah.
So to you, white people are like, man, we was chilling at the spot where everybody motherfuckers came in talking all this mess.
Well, yeah,
I
mean, it's going to be offensive to some of our white listeners.
I had to get up in their face and represent type stuff.
I get really scared when walking down the street. I see like a white guy. I see a white guy and it's...
You're white. You are white.
I guess if fucking...
You don't guess.
I exist.
You are. I'm looking at you. You're white.
I exist beyond race.
You don't.
I exist beyond that sort of idea of race that guys like you want to push on everybody.
What is my idea of race that I'm pushing on everybody?
That there's black people and white people and they should be separate.
I don't think they should be
separate.
You
do think that.
I never said that.
And I think that everybody should be together, become one race. The human race.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Is it?
For the most part, yeah.
You are trying to stump me because I brought up Little Nicky and you've only seen it once.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it again.
Why didn't you?
I didn't like it
because you liked
much.
It the first time. You loved it so much the first time.
I didn't like it.
Here's the
much.
problem with you: is you're a contrarian.
How?
Because you said
because I don't like Little Nicky. I'm a contrarian.
Yeah,
you think I'm playing devil's advocate? If I was playing devil's advocate, I would love Little Nicky.
If you're playing devil's, because devil's in the name.
I know.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right.
You just come over to my house to tell me who I am,
and you never push back on it
because I'm proud of who I am.
Oh, you're proud.
You're ashamed of who you are because you still have resentment and shame from losing the Civil War.
I think the heroes won the Civil War.
You feel a lot of shame.
I don't feel any shame
for the Civil War, and
I don't feel any shame. And
your people that were a part of it and fought for slavery.
Well, back then California was owned by the fucking Mexicans back then. So you don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't I know what I'm talking about? Because the Mexicans own California.
Because they weren't even a fucking... California wasn't even a country back then.
Well, it's never been a country. When did California become a state? I think it might have been
1953?
No, not at all. Not even close. I think California might have possibly been a state during this.
And you guys decided to be neutral?
Because California became a state.
You guys loved being neutral.
No, because you're right, because we weren't a part of it. But California
you didn't
was
want to be
a state
a part of
before
it.
A lot of the other southwestern states. Can you Google when California became a state? Here's my guess, 1871. I think it was after. I think it was after.
Well, look who's the expert on California just because he was born and raised there.
Maybe, I think Los Angeles was a place before California was a state, though. Like Los Angeles.
September 9th, 1850.
California became a state 1850?
Yeah.
Okay, so it existed during the Civil War.
And you guys stayed out of it.
Yeah, it was.
You didn't have an
messy.
opinion.
It was real messy.
Yeah. Maybe you're the ones who feel shame.
I gotta learn more about California's involvement in the Civil War. They became a state in 1850. What the fuck were they doing during the Civil War?
Probably fucking inventing what you are.
Were they involved at all? What the fuck?
They probably invented bisexuality. That was probably what they were working on.
Well, there was a war going on between straight and gay people, and then after
and you were neutral on it, probably.
Well, after the war, bisexuality was invented.
Oh, okay.
That's how that works.
You know, I give you a lot of shit. I actually don't care that you're bisexual.
Yeah, I don't like when you say that either.
I don't care.
Because it sounds like you should or would have a reason to, and you shouldn't, and you don't have a reason to care. It has nothing to do with you.
And it has nothing to do with you either.
Well, it has a little to do. It has more to do with me than to you. It's my life. It's something you think about a lot, though. More than I think.
I'm struggling with my faith.
In what? God?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with my sexuality?
It has a lot to do.
How so?
Because God he created Adam and Eve. Not Adam and Eve and not Adam and Eve and Steve.
You didn't say it. You can't get it out.
He created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve and Steve.
No, it's... Why do you keep doing Adam and Eve and Steve? Why are you making them a throuple?
Because that's bisexuality.
He also
in a
did
nutshell.
invent Steve. That's what I don't understand about that phrase. He invented Steve.
When did Steve come around?
Steve is gay.
Oh, let's look up Steve in the Bible.
Eventually, Steve came around.
Let's see. Let's find out when
Steve
Steve
and Adam fucked.
All right.
Not the Adam, but you know what I'm saying. It's weird when people are like, God invented Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And it's like, God invented gay guys. I don't believe in God, but if God exists, he for sure invented gay guys. They're gay.
Okay, so Stephen was the first martyr.
Yeah, that's what it means.
So that's when he invented
queer.
Steve, according to the books of Acts. He was stoned to death after a sermon and vision that enraged his accusers. He probably had a vision of guys praying for their forgiveness as he died.
No, it's a good guess. He did probably have a vision of guys that he was then stoned for. He's probably hanging out, had a vision of guys, and then they said, we got to throw rocks at this guy until he dies because he's thinking about fucking us.
Oh, my God.
The first gay sex must have been crazy.
Well, no, it probably wasn't.
That's good podcasting. It's good podcasting when a guy presents a topic and then his co-host, whose whole job is to just somewhat entertain what he's saying, says, actually, no.
Yeah, let's not even really think about that.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll just talk about whatever you're comfortable talking about. That's why I stopped my old podcast with Sam, because everything I'd say, he'd say, that's dumb and not funny. And it got to a point where I was like, I can't do this.
That's crazy. But yeah, the first gay sex must have been crazy because Stephen, the martyr, he probably envisioned gay sex and laid it out to the people and then got killed for it. And then two guys listened to it. It's like, let's try this thing out.
Telling a group of people, like friends, countrymen, I have a vision. What if you did the thing you do with your wife, but with your friend?
Ooh,
and then some guy was like, that sounds hot.
You know, I didn't even understand gay stuff until you explained it like that. Doing wife stuff with your buddy?
Yeah, it's wife stuff with your buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then your buddy becomes kind of like your wife, but you call him a husband because he's a man.
Could you get gay married back then?
No. I don't think marriage existed back then, so not really.
So a bunch of people living in sin.
Well, I mean, not marriage in the way we think of it now. I guess there were life partners. But I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they were going to church and getting married.
Were they doing Drag Queen Story Hour back then?
No, definitely not.
Why?
Well, I don't think drag had been invented yet. And
When did God invent drag queens?
probably the 60s?
You think so?
I don't know. How old do you think drag is?
Probably as old as plays.
Well, that's a good point, actually. There was drag in plays. If you want to call that drag, everything going on with Shakespeare, yeah, that could be called drag.
Yeah.
But a drag show, just purely like you're coming
I consider
to see.
Hamlet a drag show.
That's why it shouldn't be taught in schools.
Yeah.
They're teaching Hamlet in schools. It's literally it's a drag show.
Yeah.
It's RuPaul or some shit.
Well, yeah. That's the thing, is that when they teach you that the Greeks used to dress up, the men would dress up as women, then it becomes a grooming class.
You can't talk about the Greeks in class because it's a grooming class.
Yeah.
You can't. The only history you should talk about is whatever history is prescient to nation building.
So we're learning all about farming.
Yeah, we're learning about farming, and
It's crazy they don't have a class where they teach you about like the important things of adulthood, like taxes, filing your taxes, and farming, farming corn.
And knowing your history, blood and soil type stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just talking to a comic, Carly Ballerini, Chicago comic, who booked us on Don't Tell.
Oh, yeah.
Her grandmother was in fascist Italy, and we were talking about nation building and how funny nation building is, because the idea of a nation and a group of people as a nation is like only like 500 years old. So it is funny that like for most of human history, it was just guys in fields.
Yeah.
And then eventually government officials had to go to those guys in fields and be like, you are French. And they were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And apparently, especially in Italy, it was very hard because Italians have such regional pride that they would tell them like, no, you're Italian. And they were like, I'm not Italian.
Yeah.
I am Sicilian.
Yeah.
They didn't want to speak Italian.
They're
like, I'm not going to do it. Because language is used as a way to brush over regional identity.
Yeah.
They go, we'll all speak the same language. Like Little Nicky is used for...
Good.
Well, it's used to unify peoples.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you said earlier you don't like Little Nicky.
Well...
You appreciate it.
I think nationalism is a slippery slope. I think it's obviously necessary for a liberal democracy to have nationalism, but it can be used for bad things, so you have to tread lightly. And Little Nicky has, been used in ways that I don't think its creators intended.
I mean, people have been wearing the armbands of Nicky.
Really?
Yeah.
The LN bands?
Yep. Well, they just are like in the army. You can now have flags of Nicky.
Yeah. And there's all these veterans that are mad at Trump, and they're like, this motherfucker doesn't even know what Little Nicky means.
Yeah.
He doesn't respect us, and he doesn't respect Little Nicky and everything we're about.
Yeah, you're in a Nazi bar when you look and there's like a Confederate flag and a Rhodesian flag and the Little Nicky flag.
Yeah. And I'm like, you don't even know what that flag means. And they're like, it's about, people. And I'm like, that's not what the flag represents.
It's about history.
Though. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not what the flag represents. And they go, my granddaddy flew this flag.
When you were a kid, when was the first time you saw a Confederate flag just being waved? Do you remember?
I only have one memory of a Confederate flag ever being openly waved. And it was less than a month ago in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And it was just a huge Confederate flag on a big flagpole on the side of the highway.
Oh, okay.
As if it was being flown as if it was the American flag.
Oh, okay.
Now, that being said, I guess I've maybe seen bumper stickers or stuff like that. But the way the Confederate flag is flown in the South is just obviously it's never something you see in California. Maybe you'll see a guy who has like a sticker on a truck or something.
Yeah.
But like the sort of like public, like as if the state, sometimes truly the state put it there.
Yeah.
You don't see in California.
Well, yeah, the equivalent of the Confederate flag in LA is the Dodgers logo. Because it means something deeper than just what you think it means.
Yeah, and people just think it's just an evil organization.
Yeah.
But really, it's the poor people from the soil that find a unity and brotherhood within it.
Well, yeah, when you see a Confederate flag in the South, you're like, this guy has like a group of friends that maybe are up to no good. And you think that same thing when you see the Dodgers logo out here.
When you see the Dodgers. I guess, yeah, sure. No, you know what? Sure. See the Confederate flag, though, I mean, yeah, it's so foreign to me that, like, when I saw it being flown, it was the biggest Confederate flag I've ever seen, and it was just waving just high and proud in Florida, and I was like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, people love the Confederate flag. People love it in the South. I probably told a story on this podcast about my grandpa giving me 2 Confederate flags for my birthday.
And he bought them new, right?
He bought them new because he was worried that, I think, who was president when I was 18? Oh, it was still Obama.
Yeah.
He bought them new because he was worried that Hillary Clinton was going to make them illegal.
Do you still have them? What do you do with those?
I used one as a bath mat. And one of them ended up being given to our dog Six.
As like a blanket?
Yeah, he loved it. I wish I still had that picture of him curled up in the Confederate flag.
It's his little blankie?
Yeah, he loved it so much.
Well, yeah, dogs have bad politics.
Oh, Six. I wonder how old he is now.
Probably 7.
Damn, that was 10 years ago.
Well, then he's 16.
No, he's like... Oh, he's old now. He's an old man.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, he's an old man
dog.
now.
What kind of dog?
Yorkie Cavalier.
Is it a tiny dog?
Yeah.
So a little tiny dog and a Confederate flag?
Yes.
That's so funny. Damn. Yeah, dogs are always like, this doesn't mean slavery. It means bones and treats.
Yeah.
It means going on walks. It means being able to poop in the yard.
Dogs don't know what the fuck they're talking about anything. Dogs are, I mean, you know what they're saying when they bark is the N-word. And they're like, we can say it. It's
every
our word.
time?
Every single time.
Oh my God.
That's why it sounds so aggressive. You're not allowed to say that, dude.
I'm sorry.
You're not.
Somebody's got to tell those guys to stop saying it.
We try. That's why people, like, when a dog barks, they try to calm him down. They're like, not in public.
They're like, hey, please stop.
Yeah,
we're in a Starbucks.
Yeah, we're not in racist bucks.
Yeah.
Which is the new Starbucks they want to start down the street from me. Racist bucks.
I do love racist bucks.
I mean, it tastes good.
And it's usually never that crowded because they don't let everybody
But they support a genocide. And you ask, what genocide? Every single one.
Yeah, they do support every single genocide.
Yeah.
That's their policy.
Yeah.
They go, if a group's getting killed, we're giving coffee to the soldiers doing it.
Yeah, except for the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it when the Christians are getting killed.
Oh, okay, so they don't like Israel.
What do you mean?
They killed a lot of Christians during the...
You mean Muslims?
No, they also killed a lot of Christians during the Gaza siege.
We got to stop them.
Yeah, well, they signed a peace deal, but it didn't really help anybody.
I signed a peace deal. Yeah, I signed a deal that gave me a piece of ass. I gave a woman on Fig $200.
Do you feel like you made some change?
No.
You know what's crazy about hoes?
What about them?
Is in like the drone footage of the wreckage of Gaza, if you look down, there's still hoes trying to pimp ass.
They're strolling.
It's crazy. There's hoes walking down like the main streets in Gaza being like, anybody? And it's like, bitch, they don't have food.
Well, I heard that on 9/11, the guys jumping out of the towers, the hoes would jump too and try and be like, hey, daddy, you want a good time?
Midair.
Yeah.
Flying next to a father who's like, I'm sorry, Maria.
And then they would fuck.
And she's like, how you doing?
How you doing,
she's
daddy?
Somehow standing straight. She's like, doesn't look like she's falling. She's like standing head up while the guy's like...
Well, there was a bunch of guys getting fucking dome while they were jumping out of the towers.
While you're falling, while you're falling, you're
It's not cheating if you're in the middle of dying.
No, you're not. If you're not touching the ground, if you're midair, then it's not cheating. You have to be 10 toes down.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of guys, when they were falling, they were apologizing to their wives and children, and then just out of nowhere, a hoe would swoop in and unbuckle their pants, and he'd be like, "What are you doing?"
And then he'd give her some money.
Why don't you grab on?
And then when prostitutes hit the ground, they'd splatter into a million pieces, but then they'd form back together. They'd come back together, like their bodies would turn back and they'd go back on the stroll.
Yeah, a fireman just thought he saw the worst thing ever, but then all the blood and guts and bones would come back together, and she'd be like, "How you doing?
How you doing, Daddy?"
And he'd be like, "I'm witnessing one of the worst days in American history." And she'd say, "It sounds like you need some company then."
And they'd be like, yes, and they'd go into the fire truck and have sex, and then more people would die because of that.
I wonder if a lot of people got prostitutes on 9/11.
They were probably having a sale.
Right? Were hoes still strolling on 9/11?
That's really what we got to ask.
It's an interesting question.
We should ask somebody from Queens. I think Queens, some part of Queens has the most prostitutes or something.
Really?
I think so. There's like some part of Queens. Because I looked up whether or not New York has a fig. And their fig, I don't think, is as big.
Well, it's also...
Well, I looked at a video of their equivalent of fig, and I was like, this is it?
Well, it's also tough because I feel like you got less people driving, less places to pull over, get your dick sucked.
Yeah.
You know, like you go on Western, it's like it's a wide street. There's a lot of side streets, and you just see lines of cars where it's not traffic. Just every single one of them is talking to a different prostitute.
Yeah.
You can't do that on a street from the 1800s in New York, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's why they had so many, like, sex shops and stuff.
Yeah.
I read that, like, when you would drive into New York, you would just see that sort of shit, like, immediately. Like, through Jersey.
They always have sex stuff near the entrances to cities. Like, you know, if you go to LAX, there's, like, the landing strip. Or the landing strip is just a stock name for any strip club that's always right next to an airport.
Yeah.
Which I'm so interested by, that
Yeah.
guys getting off planes and going straight to a strip club.
That is pretty crazy.
It doesn't make sense to me because it's like, you're not going to nut.
They must
Maybe
know
you
what
nut.
time Vegas flights get off. Like,
Right?
guys flying here from Vegas.
I mean, maybe it makes sense if you're like a piece of shit who's just on a 5-day binge and you're like, I'm not really ready to be a normal person again, so I'll go to
Or
the
you're on a
strip club.
work trip.
Yeah. It's just such a weird form of like forced depravity. Because like, I can understand like getting off an airplane and being like, damn, I need a cigarette. I'm fucking addicted to cigarettes. But it's a weird thing to be like, damn, I gotta see tits. And like maybe not fuck. It would make more sense to go straight to a brothel if you're like, I want a nut. But if you're like, I just want to sit and look at tits. I've been on a plane for 4 hours. It's like, well, what are you doing before the plane? Were you at another strip club? Are you just going from strip club to strip club?
I think when you get into Tijuana, it's like you get into the red light district immediately.
Yeah, I mean, Tijuana is pretty much just like an adult amusement park.
Tijuana's weird. Every time I hear somebody being like, I'm going to Tijuana, it's like, so you're going to go fuck prostitutes? But I guess, you know, they got cheap food too.
There's other stuff to do.
Yeah, there's other stuff to do.
When my brother lived in San Diego, he lived so close that you could just see Mexico from his house.
Yeah.
And he would go with his fiance and they would just get like really cheap steak dinners.
Yeah, and then he'd be like, baby, go back to San Diego. I got to go. I'm gonna drink with the boys tonight.
And she'd be like, you don't have friends here.
And he'd be like, yes, I do. Go back.
Go.
Go.
She's like, how are you gonna get back? And he's like, I'll fucking walk.
I'll
care.
figure it out.
I'll figure it out. I don't give a fuck. Just get out of my fucking face.
Yeah.
And then you'd go have an orgy.
Yeah, because it's cheap.
An AIDS orgy.
Yep.
With prostitutes. We should move to Tijuana, try and start a comedy scene.
I think there probably is comedy there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably try to go up at the... They probably don't pay you well.
But there's better shows to see in Tijuana.
Yeah, you can see a donkey.
Yeah. You can see a donkey fuck a baby. Who's going to want to watch our comedy when they could see a donkey split a baby in half?
Yeah.
I know.
A girl baby.
Yeah, don't worry.
Just so you know, it's a girl baby.
You're not going to be gay for watching a baby die by a donkey's dick. Don't worry. You're not going to be one of those fucking weirdos that's into that kind of stuff.
We could do comedy. What if we opened for a cockfight?
I would love to open for a cockfight.
We could do that in San Bernardino.
There are cockfights in San Bernardino?
There's a lot of cockfights.
In San Bernardino?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I looked up where the density where there's the most. in Southern California.
Your Google searches are crazy.
Yeah, I just get curious sometimes.
Yeah, it's just what you're curious about is always... I mean, they're all stuff that when you tell me, I go, that is interesting. I'm surprised I haven't wondered that.
I did a show last night, and there was a massage parlor right next to it, and I decided to look at the reviews, and one of them was like 1 star. They told me if you pay for an hour, you only get 30 minutes if you don't want to get jerked off. And I saw the woman come out. She looked pretty good.
A 30-minute jerk off?
No, they said you only get 30 minutes if you don't want to get jerked off.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is if you do want to get jerked off, then
You get jerked off for 30 minutes, I guess.
it's a long jerk off.
Yeah.
Was it an Asian lady coming out?
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, they usually are.
Well, yeah, that's what's interesting is you go, that lady's hot, and then you go, yeah, but somebody brought her here in a container ship.
Well, yeah, it's depressing.
It's depressing.
Yeah, it's sad. That's why you can't go to those things.
There's also just something about a hand job that just seems like so much like work, you know?
Yeah.
It's just having a lady do that to you where she's just like, this is my job. It's like the same as just working in a factory. You just have a conveyor belt of like cock coming through that you need to make cum all day. And you
it is kind of weird. Like, do those women get naked? I don't know.
I think sometimes they will, I think, if you pay them.
It's just kind of weird. It would be weird to get jerked off by a clothed woman.
I think for the most part, though, yeah, I think they're clothed. But then even if they take it off, that's also weird because then a lady's just like a normal lady being like, and here are my tits also.
Yeah.
It just seems odd. You know, because it's not like sexy. It's not like they're going to take it off like, ooh, you know. They just take it off like, now I'm shirtless. Here are the tits. You can stare at them while I jerk you off. I feel like it would just be... It just seems uncomfortable because, like, while she's jerking you off, you know that she is trying to make you come as fast as possible. So the moment is over with.
Yeah, they probably, like, stick their finger in your asshole, like, pretty immediately.
I don't think they want to. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I mean, that's if you're trying to get it quick.
I think you might have to pay extra to get a finger in the butt. I
don't know. We'll figure, you know, like, there's probably one nearby here. We can go test it to talk about next week.
We should probably test it.
Yeah, we can't just, like, be talking about this stuff, like, when we don't really know.
I mean, maybe the podcast isn't successful because neither of us have ever paid for sex. So we just don't have it in us, you know? But I don't know. But, I don't know. I've had normal sex where, like...
Normal sex?
Yeah, like the ones you don't pay for, you know?
Oh,
just like sex with somebody you care about. And then somebody's...
You cared?
Yeah, with almost everybody.
You don't understand the player's code.
I kind of choose not to. I think understanding and living by it is, I don't know, I think it gets a little cynical. I think the belief that, you know, you can't trust anybody and you should, you know, treat women like whores all the time, it leads to kind of a sad, unfulfilling life.
And that's the player life.
But there's also ways to be a player. Like Pimp C said, you need to stop treating these ladies like hoes and these hoes like ladies and these ladies like hoes. So I guess some people do have a delineation where they can look at somebody and say, this is no hoe. This is a lady. But then what I also don't understand is they also say you can't trust any bitch. So it's like, well, how do you trust a bitch enough to think that she's a lady?
Well, you don't understand it because it's kind of a complicated situation. Seagal and Gray.
Seagal and Gray?
Seagal and Gray.
What's that? What are you saying?
I'm saying it's all in gray.
Well, but I think for them, they try and explain it very black and white. Well, that's good.
How
would you explain it? You understand the player code, I guess, is what you're saying? You're a real player?
Here's the thing about the player code is you don't tell nobody that doesn't need to know.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, you don't.
I think if you listen to a lot of rap, they very openly discuss.
Do you think they want you listening to them?
Yeah, because it makes them money.
Oh, and you think all people care about is money?
I think rappers care a lot about money.
Oh, do you think I care about money?
Yes.
What about dogs? Do you think they care about money?
No.
Do you think the Elephant Man cares about money?
Yeah.
Why? And we'll change it. Change who he is.
Well, he can get a nicer place to live. I mean, he would let himself.
You probably do need like a huge place if you're the Elephant Man.
Yeah. You need a lot of help.
You probably need an Elephant Man shaped door. So you don't have to turn sideways all the time.
You need to pay for a nurse, and it's a whole, it's a fucked up life to be the Elephant Man.
I would hate to be the Elephant Man.
Well, you're not, so you don't got to worry. It's not going to happen to you.
It could.
You're out of the woods.
What if somebody shot me with a laser beam that turns me into the Elephant Man? That's the things you got to consider.
Is that a player thing?
Maybe.
Is that what players are worried about? Being turned into the Elephant Man?
I did mess with a scientist one time. A mad scientist.
A lady mad scientist?
No, a man mad scientist.
You messed with him?
I made fun of their shoes, and my defense, the shoes were whack.
Well, sure, he's a mad scientist. Did he hit you with the elephant gun laser?
He told me he was working on it.
And he's going to get you?
Yeah, but that's why I moved out of Tennessee.
That's why?
Yeah.
Not to do stand-up in L.A.?
Well, yeah, that's just what I tell people, but the real reason is there's a mad scientist on my ass with a laser beam that's going to turn me into the Elephant Man.
What's his name?
His name's Dingo Greer.
Yeah, that checks out. I believe you. You had that name locked and loaded. How's your week been? What have you been up to?
I ain't done shit.
It's our final wrap-up.
It's our wrap-up for the week?
Well,
I watched Little Nicky 5 times.
You have been watching more movies. What kind of stuff are you watching?
Little Nicky.
Okay.
That's about it.
Sometimes I feel like this podcast is like trying to connect with the son that doesn't like me.
Are you asking me seriously?
Yeah, I don't know. We've been doing bits. What's been going on with you? I haven't seen you.
Oh. I don't know. People ask me that question, and it's always like, it's the same stuff. I've been doing stand-up a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's also the problem is we just do stand-up.
Yeah.
What's up with all these stand-up podcasts where they're fucking doing shit every week?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're famous.
They're like, I went to this new place this week. I'm like, what's that about?
They have money. We don't have money.
Are we too poor to have a...
entertaining podcast? Yes. Yeah, we don't really have that sort of money to have like an interesting life.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Could somebody finance trips for us so we can talk about what it's like in Tanzania or whatever?
I mean,
but what are we really going to
do we have any like friends that are like actually rich? We don't.
Kind of. I mean, Anthony's friend has $15 million.
Yeah, let's just get him to do it.
Let's get him to finance a trip to Botswana.
Yeah.
Go to Niger.
Yeah.
Go to Chad.
I don't know. Maybe if we lived in New York or something where we're always walking.
Maybe once we move to New York, we'll have street anecdotes.
Yeah, maybe. We could talk about like fucking all the pussy we're getting.
You think that's gonna happen?
They like eggheads over there, so you're gonna be fucking in heaven.
You think I'll be swimming in it over there?
Yeah, because they like fucking eggheads.
You think I'll say predicated to a lady and she'll give me the cat?
Women get so wet when you say words like predicated and subjugation.
I was thinking about that concept because sometimes, like really kind of dumb or simple-minded nice guys can be very attractive to women. And I realize I think that's because they seem like they'll be good with children. Because if a guy's like, oh, wow, you got that dress from Ross? Like eventually they'll be in a kitchen looking at a kid being like, you got that Oreo from the kitchen? That's awesome. But they look at me and they're like, you seem really not good with children.
That's true. I actually think a lot of women want to be,
but I am good.
I think with both genders, a lot of people want to be the interesting part of their relationship.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah,
because I want to. It's like, don't you want to be interested by the other person?
Yeah, no, not a lot of people.
I don't get that. Of like, there's people that are like, yeah, he's fucking dumb, and you're like, so you're bored all the time?
Well, I mean, a lot of men want like bimbos and shit, so they don't have to be like intellectually challenged.
I just don't get it. You gotta fucking walk somebody through life all the time?
It's because they don't really want to care about somebody that deeply.
Yeah, I guess you just want to like go to a fucking restaurant and be like, I'll order for you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, thank you.
Yeah.
What kind of life is that?
I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people are fucking stupid and suck ass.
I was thinking about that, though. It's like, it is interesting, though, how everybody's really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, because this is like a joke I'm writing, but also just a thing I do believe, which is that like there's a really boring lady at my job, but I tell everybody about her because she's like fascinating.
Yeah.
And I think the thing with boring people is when you're like, fuck, they're so boring, is like you do end up talking about them a lot.
Yeah.
And you think about them because they're like fascinating people. But nowadays, and I was saying, and I think you'll agree, it's like, especially with dating apps, we think we have so many options that we write people off for really small stuff.
Yeah.
But in the old days when you had less options, you had to just learn about the people that were at arm's reach.
Yeah.
And you learn that everybody has something about them.
Yeah.
That's like really interesting. Even if they don't do anything fucking interesting, even if they work at a fucking hardware store.
Yeah.
But it's like the lady at my hardware store, her coming in and being like, yeah, I'm going to the California Watermelon Festival tomorrow. Like telling all of us about it. It's like, that's fucking crazy.
That is an insane thing to go to.
It's an insane thing to go to. But it's also such a normal thing to go to.
Yeah.
And it's like, we hang out with all these people who think they're fucking artists.
Yeah.
And they don't do shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Except their own opinions.
Yeah.
Because people that think they have a lot of ideas are like, I'm really fucking interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'm interesting because I have a lot of ideas. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at anything. So I can't fucking talk to people about anything interesting. I'm just like, I was reading this. And they're like, well, whatever.
I do so much less stuff after moving to LA.
You think so?
Yeah, I definitely do less stuff.
What would you do in Nashville?
I feel like I got into hijinks more. But that's also not drinking anymore.
Not drinking stops hijinks. And also, LA is not a hijink city.
They really don't want you doing hijinks.
Be. There's, some people, especially people born in like LA proper or like crazy parts of LA, they're into hijinks.
Yeah.
Because also the thing about LA is like, it can stop you from a lot of hijinks because it can be isolating, and especially if you move here, it's hard to get a group. But if you're from here, you just look at the place as a canvas with not enough cops to police it.
Yeah.
There's tons of hijinks. Hijinks all around the corner.
That's very true.
You can rob most places. You can tag pretty easily because there's not enough cops to see and stop you.
Yeah.
It's such a huge place that if you take advantage of that and the inability to really govern it, then you can get into hijinks. Homeless people are getting into hijinks every day.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, homeless people, I bet their lives are pretty interesting, but actually maybe their lives are really boring.
Well, I think it's kind of a back and forth.
Yeah.
Where it's like interesting how much they're just sit on the street.
Well, there's a guy that will that will like quote the Bible and pray and shit just in the middle of the street, and he's still doing it. He's been doing that since I got here.
That's a hijink.
Yeah, he's just doing hijinks all the time.
Some people.
He only comes out when it's sunny.
Well, that's good.
He only stands in the middle of the street when it's sunny.
Some people's entire lives are just hijinks.
Yeah. If you do meth, that's some hijinks.
Meth is full-time hijinks.
Yeah.
All you're doing is hijinks. You're taking everything apart. Taking stuff apart, big hijink.
Yeah.
Sneaking into places, big hijink. Selling stuff that's not yours.
Yelling at people
Yelling
on the
at
street.
People.
That's hijinks.
Pooping and peeing places you shouldn't, hijink.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been talking for 4 minutes.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Stay sneaky.
Stay funny.
Stay funny.